All right, so for the color dyeing step, I gave you a pretty good amount of icing color to use. So you're probably not going to need all of it that's in the pouch, but I just wanted to give extra just in case, you know, something happened and you needed to remake your icing, or maybe you wanted to just try it again in the future. So what you're going to do is you're going to separate out a little bit of your base icing. You'll notice I used a very small amount. You're really only going to need a little bit because, I mean, we're only decorating a couple of cookies. So you're going to start by adding your icing color first. Start small. You can always add more. I'm just going to add probably about that much to start with. And then you can go ahead and get yourself like a small dish with some water in it. And you'll need a teaspoon. You'll just want to add your water basically a teaspoon at a time, just to make sure that you're not going to get your icing too thin. You can always add more water. It's just really hard to make your icing thicker. So you'll just want to start mixing. And one other thing to note is that if you make your icing ahead of time, it'll give you a little bit of time for your color to develop. One thing that's interesting about icing colors is that they deepen as they sit. So this will likely become like a much darker gray hue. I'll probably still add a little bit more black just to, you know, make it a little bit spookier looking, but it's definitely a good start. There's also just a lot of black on the spoon that needs to just get mixed in. So I would say at this point, this would make a really good detail icing, and that's really what we're going for. Obviously, continue to mix until you see a uniform color across your icing. But really what you're looking for is when you drag a spoon through your icing like that, it's not collapsing in on itself. And that's really important because when we're trying to add details to our cookies, you don't want something that's, you know, constantly smoothing out. You want something that's going to actually like hold its shape. So the black icing is done. You can go ahead and put it into its bag and move on to the next.